you guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing the Neo-Winter War. So, we're going to start with a slight pushback from the Russians.
It's slow as hell. You like it.
Russians, and this is in the middle of the winter, so it's hard. Push. But Russia gets its act together and pushes deep into Finnish territory. I thought her.
Well, I am. No, I mean it's so far.
So this is long after Putin's dead, so.
Lick some kids' butts.
Why the Finnish are pushing back. Taddy, stop. I'm recording a video.
A million.
Why the Finnish push back up north.
Yeah. Is that a good laugh? Yeah.
The Russians are getting pushed back out of the territory when the Finnish army organizes. While the Russians do a spearhead up north, cutting the country in two. Realistically, the Russians did technically win the Winter War because they managed to make them surrender, but it was hard. While the Finnish forces make the country one again, the Russian forces reorganize up north and push back the Finnish forces. This is special forces made for winter, so it's easy. So the north of Finland capitulated to Russia. This new winter war proves to be one of the most deadliest Russian wars to ever happen. The only one more deadly is Operation Barbarossa.
Do you know what that means? Music time, baby. Yeah.
So after a little bit more of a pushback, this is what the front lines are getting like, and the Russian army this time fully mobilizes and pushes them back. But the Finnish army down south pushes them back a little more and then up north. So Finland's certainly not winning this war. More Russian forces come up north. More Russian forces come up north and will wipe out the Finnish army up north. While south, the main army focuses towards Helsinki. The Russians are pushing through the lines, but Finland is holding steady.
What? No.
The main forces capture Helsinki. The main Russian forces capture Helsinki and the coast of Finland, and Finnish guerrilla warfare begins. Now this is extremely hard for Russia to take down but now it's around April and it's now getting hotter. So by July, this is the front lines, and by November, the Finnish forces are the Finnish guerrilla warfare forces are wiped out.
I don't know.
So Finland's gonna get annexed here. So the new leader of Russia, wants to build up a dictatorship. This is it. And this is how it's going. So after the American Civil War, they decided NATO could just fight. There's too much infighting in NATO, so they disbanded it. This led way to the Russians invading the Baltic states. We first see them occupying Kaliningrad, but some pro-Russian groups in Estonia rises up. Russian forces tear through the Livonian defenses.
Well, these kids team.
And Vilnius is around right over here. Riga's around right here, and Tallinn's around right here. So the Russian forces encircle Tallinn, and Estonia capitulates. With lots of guerrilla warfare though. So, next they make a spearhead to Riga, which they do so successfully. And the world's thinking Livonia anybody that in the Balkans doesn't have a chance against Russia. After a little bit more after losing the coast, Latvia surrenders, and
Don't tell David about this game, okay? Because you already know what he's gonna do. Yeah. Right?
And the Russian forces tear through Livonia. So, peace treaty. They make a puppet state out of the Baltics with but they also give Kaliningrad to the Baltics. The capital city probably will be Vilnius, and now Russia's looking stronger than ever. So the USA, worried for Russian expansion, forms a new alliance, but this time in the Pacific, known as the Pacific Defense Pact. So it's between China, no, not China, I mean. It's between Taiwan. Oh, Taiwan's not. In this scenario, if you haven't seen the other scenario, China invaded Taiwan and it went good. Use it for China. Use it, watch it. So South Korea, Japan, the Philippines, Malaysia, Brunei, Australia, and New Zealand are in the alliance. So Sudan. So you know this area? I believe it's called like the Halid Triangle. Egypt wants it back. Actually, they want the whole Sudan. So they invade Sudan. First, they go down the coast of the Sudanese coast in the Red Sea. And then ventures down the Nile. So Sudan, completely unready for this, but then when their troops get ready, they push back. Egyptian troops in the south of the Nile. They also push to the Red Sea, encircling a large amount of Egyptian forces which fell, while Egypt focuses on this area. Yeah. And this area. Sudanese troops in this, from the east goes to the west in order to support these troops, and they do so successfully, which breaks the line, which breaks the front line. They push Egyptian forces a little more, but some more Egyptian forces come in and go down. But it's clear to be a mistake because the Sudanese troops encircled a large army. But Egypt barely makes a pushback to it. Sudanese troops try to cut off the supply lines, which is very scarce for the Egyptians, but the Egyptian forces near the south get pushed back so hard. But all the Egyptian troops managed to escape besides some unlucky people that are prisoners of war. So, the Sudanese forces meet up with the large Egyptian forces, and then the large Egyptian forces are going to encircle the.
Yeah, I'm playing with what's his name? I'm playing with what's his name?
encircled a lot of Sudanese troops. Sudanese troops from this line had to go to this line to secure the front, which they do so successfully, even pushing back a little bit. But this front's getting weaker and weaker. So,
You don't know who he is?
the Sudanese forces go up in a very risky move and go up into Egyptian territory. Egyptian forces managed to kick them back, but super slowly, and
What time is it?
then see that the horrendous fires that the cities were on. So most of the cities there was on fire. So heavy bombardment of Egyptian armies began. But Egypt managed to push down to the Red Sea again. Let's see again. Very so slightly, the Egyptians are pushing back, but there's a new front they have to worry about because the Sudanese are going here. They completely, their idea of, it's hard to see who will be victorious, but this war's a very long war of horrendous casualties, and this is probably the most bloody African war from two African countries. They do push up the Red Coast though. Egyptian forces pushed them out of there, but Sudanese forces pushed them back. But the Egyptians managed to push them back again. The Sudanese people revolt for Egyptian aid because they do not want the government genociding people. While the Sudanese ramps up conscription and push them back, doing horrendous genocide to the people who revolt. They push back the Egyptians, but as I said in my last video, conscription doesn't work very well. It's like handing a gun to someone and saying fight. But they do manage to push up the Red Sea.
Ooh, I got a slushy backplane. Slushy backplane.
Into the Egyptians go down the Nile again and link up with Sudanese troops, link up with the other troops and cut the country in two.
Yeah. No.
The Sudanese troops up north, as I said, most of them are conscripted, are getting pushed back. Into the border. So the Egyptians pushed down the Red Sea for the 50th time. But unlike this time, it's the Sudanese will not be able to repel it. They do some more strategic actions and cutting them into more pieces. And most sides capitulate into more Sudanese rebels pop up, and it's starting to feel like when EU4 it's starting to feel like EU4 when they are EU4 when the rebels pop up. The Sudanese government now would never capitulate, since they would never accept peace to how they say they're the dirty northerners. But Egypt's just a stronger country than Sudan. And after a lot more fighting, the Sudanese Stop it! I'm recording a video. Stop it! Stop it! Sorry about my brother. He's an idiot. So they annexed the Red Sea coast. Egypt annexes the Red Sea coast, while the new government while there's a new parallel line against the oppressive government in the south and the normal government in the north. So, the Pacific Defense Pact. India declares war on, and the last thing today is India declares war on Bangladesh. So, Dhaka is around here. You just said it was in your way. So, Bangladesh is densely populated, so this is by no means easy for the Indians, but down. But they do so successfully and capture Dhaka. The Bengalis surrender, and the peace treaty is this, which the new Bangladeshi state joins the PDO for protection. India being cornered, decides to join the CSTO. I said PDO, Pacific Defense Organization. So I said I don't want you talking. PDO, and the CSTO the CSTO and you quiet, I'm doing a video. So the CSTO, the Indian joined the CSTO in hopes of having better relations with Russia. So that's it for today. See ya.